Okay. This thing live, are we going yet? Let's see. Let's see. Alright, so we're up and running. Alright, so this is one of the best sites that you can use to find great stocks. Came across this by watching some YouTube videos, even some Google research. Thought I'd make this little thing to show you guys everything. So here you have today's action, PTI. I was in this one and I sold it yesterday, and then when aftermarket it shot up $2. I was in an average of $3.95, and look at it, $6.38. Talk about being pissed. But anyway, keep going. This tells you everything you need to know for something. Just at a quick glance on the home page, you have the top gainers, top losers. You have their ticker symbols, stock, their last price, what they've changed, their change for the day, how much volume they did, and their whole signal. Like, these are, top gainers. These reach new highs. These are, overbought. Stuff that it tells you off the break. But great thing is you can go to groups. You can go to groups and you can see what sectors actually performed well today, what sectors have performed well in the week, what sectors have performed well in the month, last 3 months, last 6 months, and year, and year to date. And as you can see, year to date, technology, service, healthcare, and financial are the top 4, and they're significantly ahead of the rest. Technology is just blowing everybody out the water. Even the last year's performance, technology has been doing amazing. But, today was a bad day for the entire market, as you can see, because everything is in the red, except for utility. But the top first in the week, you got healthcare, technology, and it seems like healthcare seems to be on the way, on its rise for the whole thing. But for instance, you can see what sectors are doing really well. For this case, we'll stay with technology, since it seems to be historically, for at least year to date in the last year, doing a lot better than the rest. So we'll stay with technology. So we take that into account, and then we can go to screener. And in screener, just hit all, so you can get all your options. I know it can be kind of overwhelming at this point to see all these things, but we'll break it down. Alright, now first things first, you want to go check your sector out. You can go check your sector, and we said we're going to do technology. Where is it? There it goes. Technology. So that's 770 stocks in the technology sector. Okay? Now, if you don't want to restrict yourself to a certain sector, you can just leave that blank, but it helps filter down your results. Alright? Now, you can say, under $40, and let's go with an average volume of 500,000. So, right now we're looking at the technology sector, stocks under $40, and with an average volume of 500,000. And what that means is, on average, the stock trades 500,000 times. So 500,000 shares are being bought or sold on average every trade day. And then to get a little bit increased volume going on, we can go to relative volume. And relative volume, let's say we'll find something at, let's see, over 0.5. Let's say over 0.5. Actually, you know what? Let's go 0.75. So relative volume is the volume compared to its previous average, how it's been recently trading towards its recent average. So basically, if you have over 5 is the relative volume, your average volume would be 5 times that. It's doing 5 times more than what your average volume is. So now with that, we filter down to 117 stocks with just these 4 filters. Another way to filter it down a little more is you can filter down into the simple moving average, the 20-day, 50-day, or 200, and you can have it set to, price be 10% above it, 10% below it, just be simply just above it no matter what, or below it no matter what. So we'll just say above the 20-day simple moving average. And what that means is the stock price right now is above the average close for the last 20 trade days. The SMA stands for simple moving average, as you can see, and that's just the average close for the last X amount of days. Like that's 20 days, that's 50 days, that's 200 days. And by doing that, it lowers us to 90 stocks. You can scroll through 90 stocks, or you can further filter. One thing to see what can be, okay, let's see what's going on, continue its momentum. We can say, let's say it's, anything that has a positive day today. So it's a green candle for today. That brings us down to 27 stocks. And then 27 isn't that bad. So you can look at them right here, or you can look at TA, and that'll bring the stock with all of its information on the side, or you can just look at the charts itself. So you can just scroll through the charts and see which ones you like. This one looks like it's good. It could be hitting a double top, could be breaking out, but all momentum, it's an upward momentum stock. This looks like a good one right here. You keep scrolling through, Google, it's consolidating, double bottom, or multiple bottom actually. GDS made a W, you want to see trade maybe above here, short down, or stop loss down here, but that's a little bit of a large risk level, so you might want to manage that a little better. But anyway, just to continue using how to use this site. Now, you can filter out into so many different ways. Like market cap, you can filter out your market cap. You can filter out what exchange service you want. You can fix your earnings per share growth in the last 5 years, earnings per share for the next 5 years, what they're projecting. You can go for sales growth. You can forward everything. Your next profit margin. You can filter through a lot of stuff. You can filter through the beta, and the beta is its volatility in relation to the average market. So on average, if the beta is 1, it's going with the market. It's just as volatile as the market is. Or I believe it's at 0, it's just as volatile as the market. If it's 1, it's a little more volatile. The higher the number, the more volatile it is, the more moves it makes. It moves faster than the market. So if the market goes up a little bit, if it's a high beta, it would have made a larger move in the upward direction than the average market would. So that's one thing to check. You can check your average true range, which is simply on average, how much does the stock move on a daily basis on average. It moves less than 25 cents, moves over $5. What your average true range is. but you can check IPO date, you can target price, because there's a whole bunch of financial companies that put target prices on stuff, and you can see if the target price is 5% below or 5% above. You can see stocks that can be overbought, oversold. This is a great way to filter out a lot of things, as well as you can filter out the patterns. As you become more advanced in the stock market, you learn your patterns to watch. You can filter out what patterns you're looking for. Say we want a wedge up pattern, and see, these two stocks are in the technology market, under $40. On average, they do 500,000 shares a day, and they're wedging up. As you see, here's the wedge right here. There's the wedge right there. It's starting to close. And this is great, for people that are just starting out, that don't, have the knowledge to recognize patterns. It has the trend lines for you, and you can click on the chart itself, or you can go into TA, and it'll tell you, right here, it's 6.87% above its 20-day simple moving average, 17.12 above the 50, and 61.61 above the 200. Here's the 200, here's the 50, and the 20 is in here, this little purple line there. So, it tells you your relative volume, tells you your average volumes above the 500,000, and your 52-week range. So it's been as low as 78 cents and as high as $2.57 in the last 52 weeks, which honestly, it looks like the highest it's been. It's recently hit in new highs. Just the other day, it looks like it hit new highs right here. So it's getting that attention from people that like to trade stocks that hit new highs. And of course, you want to do your own DD, you want to do your own due diligence further by looking at it in your Thinkorswim platform or Scottrade, whatever you use to do further analysis of the stock. And then, decide where you're going to buy in, decide where you're going to let go. Right here, you probably buy in at $2.60. So once it starts making new highs again, it'll buy you in, and then I'd probably set my stop loss maybe halfway down here. If you want to feel a little frisky, you can set it. A lot of people would set it underneath it looks like it's forming a nice cup and handle pattern right here, because it's got that little U. It's probably going to consolidate a little bit and then continue its uptrend. And that's what a cup and handle pattern would do, where they would have you buy in here, stop loss down here, and then ride it on the way up, or check out down here. It's all whatever risk you're willing to take. But this actually looks like a really good stock to get into. And these are the different things that, see, this is saying a buy. They're neutral on this one. This one's saying a buy. These guys are saying neutral. They're saying buy. They're saying buy. They got a profit target of $9 to $6. They got a profit target of $12. And you can get a lot of information, like different news on the stock as well. So you can read a little about it, do a little DD on it, and this is a great free site to get a lot of information on stocks, to find stocks. Let's go back to the screen. And just, let's just go on normal, no real sector filters. Let's say anything under $50 with the average volume of 500,000. And you want something that at least does 500,000 shares on average, because if it doesn't, you're not really going to get much movement. And nobody wants to hold a stock for 2 weeks just to gain 5 cents, And let's say above the 20-day moving average, and let's find a Let's find a channel. I know they have channels in here. A strong channel. All right. We got one stock that fits that criteria. Let's look at the TA. Oh, well, here's the channel. It already broke out of the channel, so we're late. But this is what the channel. The channel is, it comes down, comes up, comes down to the same point, comes up to this point, comes back down here, comes up here, comes back down, comes up. It's a stock that keeps bouncing back and forth between the same two areas. So it's got a bottom here, top here, and it kept bouncing back and forth between the two until it finally hit here, broke out, didn't hold, came back down, and then here it broke out, and it's gone now. At this point, you'd probably want to watch it, let it come down, watch it for a reversal until it hits this line of support here, see if you can validate this line of support. Once it confirms it's going back up, get in and ride it, and your stop loss would be just below this line. But this one actually doesn't look like a bad one if you get it right. All right, so let's try one more. Let's try a triangle, an ascending triangle. So there you have some ascending triangles. This one actually looks like a really strong wedge. But see, there's your triangle right here. Boom. And see, there's your ascending triangle there. This one looks like a strong channel. Looks like it started wedging here. It hit the top with a strong resistance, but it looked like it broke and it's starting to fall back under it again. But this wouldn't be a bad look to see how this stock handles that resistance there. Let's see what else we got. Oh, there's one thing I did want to show you guys. It is in the technology sector. I can't remember what the stock ticker was. Let's see, give me a second. I think it was above. Just wanted to show you guys how to follow the trends. As you can see, the trend lines. Always trust the trend lines. The trend line is almost acting like a line of support, where it can come down a little bit, and then follow through, but it'll normally stay above it to keep that trend. And this one's in the channel, and see this one's in an upward channel. See, it hits the bottom, comes to the top, and then comes down, comes up. Let's see, what filters did I have earlier? I can't recall. I think it was relative of 0.75. Performance up today, maybe? Oh, nope, I just hit today down. No. I can't find it. Anyway, I should have written it down. But anyway, this is how you would use it. And you can, it tells you the float, it tells you your short float, and your float is basically how many shares are actually available for purchasing, for trading, for purchasing that are still outstanding shares. Because if you look, let's click on here. I know there's, here you go, shares outstanding. This says there's 18.87 million shares outstanding, and 18.37 million are actually tradable. So they have 5.5 million shares that aren't available for trading. So, and of those 18.37 million shares, 63.64% are people trying to short. So that's a pretty high short float, where basically it's a lot of people are betting for the stock to go down and make money as the stock goes down, which is pretty smart because it's on its way down from highs of $100 down to $29. People got in there up here on a short, they're making some money. But this is FinViz, and it is a great tool for finding potential movers, potential swing trades, potential stocks to hold for a long point in time. And you can see it was just a bad day in the market in general because the Dow is down, 171, NASDAQ down 77, S&P down 17. It was just all around a bad day for the market. Not much you can do with it, but hey. But this is a wonderful site especially for beginning traders. Once you know a little bit, just play around with the filters, see what you find. If you're more of a fundamental trader, so you're one of those traders that like to read, their revenue reports. You're one of those traders that likes to look at the P&Ls. You're one of those traders that, average out their PE ratios. You're one of the fundamental traders that go with the actual reports of the company. These are all your fundamental filters. Then you have the technical filters, where you're more interested in how the chart looks, certain patterns and stuff like that. And that's where this is more so where I am in the technical side, where you're looking at chart performance, certain indicators that'll tell you in the chart itself, and not so much necessarily in the actual reports of the company. But to be an actual great trader, you actually need to find a healthy balance between the two. But this is a great site to use. Check it out. Let me know what you think. Any questions, comments, concerns, complaints, let me know. And I'm always open to help people. I'm always open to help people. So let me know what you guys think. Tell me if you think this is a great site, or if you think it is as great of a site as I do, because I think this is one of the best. I know a lot of professional traders use this site as well. I know there is a paid service that can come with this, where they actually give you more information on the stocks. But maybe if I actually make it really big with the stocks, I'll have to pay for a service. But till then, I don't think so.